Here we go. Another one. Just finished a little bike ride. So I'm breathing heavy. Oh, God. All right, let's get started. 1 in 4 divorced men regret ending their marriages. Huh. I guess if the divorce cost them a lot of money, I would regret it too. 25 known mysteries solved. Read that one before. Most of this again. The most inspiring quotes from Albert Einstein. What is this here? Let's see what the quotes are. Albert Einstein is considered to be one of the smartest men to have ever lived, so much so that his name has become synonymous with intelligence. As such, it's no surprise that he's left us with countless quotes that inspire discussion, creativity, and reflection on life. Here are 20 of the best. On humans, 2 things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity. I'm not sure about the universe. On authority, blind obedience to authority is the greatest enemy of truth. Yeah. Well, he was a mess. Out of shape, hairs, there's all of, how does he get it to stick up like that? Is it just that dirty that it just sticks up on its own? Jesus Christ. No, guess he combed it for that. Put himself in a suit and everything. On motivation, the state of mind which enables a man to do work of this kind is akin to that of the religious worshiper or the lover. The daily effort comes from no deliberate intention or program, but straight from the heart. The state of mind which enables a man to do work of this kind is akin to that of religious worshiper or the lover. The daily effort comes from no deliberate intention or program, but straight from the heart. Suppose if you love what you do, then you're automatically motivated to do it. On not knowing something, I do not carry such information in my mind since it is readily available in books. The value of a college education is not the learning of many facts, but the training of the mind to think. Interesting. No, I agree. Some information I just don't carry in my head. Like, for instance, I used to be very good at math, and then I just stopped thinking about it because you don't use it in your daily life. And I find it occupies too much space in my head. Now I'm kind of terrible at math, but I'm okay with it. It's just remembering, like, there's certain cheat codes and little systems that you have to keep in your head in order to do certain equations very quickly in your head, that I no longer carry. Because as a kid, I never had I never used a calculator, and I carried that all the way out into like high school. Just never used a calculator. I just did math in my head, and now I don't do any of that, and just I don't miss it at all. On success, if A is success in life, then A equals X plus Y plus Z. Work is X, play is Y, and Z is keeping your mouth shut. Why would keeping your mouth shut be part of the equation? Jesus, his wife looks just like him. Are they cousins? I think I read something about him marrying his cousin or something. I assume that's his wife. On miracles. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. Hmm. I guess. He might as well have said nothing. On life. Life is like riding a bike. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Okay. Jesus. What a mess of a human being. So messed the wife again. On courage. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. The mediocre mind is incapable of understanding the man who refuses to bow blindly to conventional prejudice and chooses instead to express his opinions courageously and honestly. Agreed. But courage is not just about mental, it could also be physical. But I guess this type of courage applies to him. You don't have the courage to get in a gym and cut your hair. Huh. He actually lost weight as he got older. On the atomic bomb. Today, the atomic bomb has altered profoundly the nature of the world as we know it, and the human race consequently finds itself in a new habitat to which it must adapt its thinking. Huh. Profound. Underworld. One may say the eternal mystery of the world is its comprehensibility. Hmm. On ethics. Without ethical culture, there is no salvation for humanity. Huh? How do you figure? I mean, rationale would keep people alive. You don't need ethics. I hate this sort of doomer mindset where people think the things that they value is something that the world can live without. You can turn the world into a wasteland and people will still live through it. It's just a matter of situation. Humans are adaptable. You don't need any of the things that you think you need except for the things that keep you alive. It's a privilege, really. Imagine you live in a world where being ethical just leads to your death. People take advantage of you. It wouldn't be able to exist. Just the people that are ethical would just die out and everybody else would learn to adapt and not be ethical. It's not. All right. I guess I shouldn't be arguing with a quote. Unhappiness. A happy man is too satisfied with the present to dwell too much on the future. I agree. Happiness makes people complacent. That's why human beings and living creatures in general are not designed to be happy permanently, at least, or not long term. On the meaning of life, I believe in one thing, and that only a life lived for others is a life worth living. True, one's life is limited, so it should be lived for others. it was just about you, then that would be very short-sighted and depressing, considering the looming mortality. But if you live for others and say generations of your family, then you think about the future in a more positive way. Even if you may die, the things that you work for, you can imagine will live beyond you. So, agreed. What's this? Damn. Are these black and white photos are just like overly exposed, or these people are really white? I mean, he was even the whitest. They're in a prison? What the hell? All right. She's always just staring at him instead of at the picture, at the camera. Well, I guess that's love, right? On freedom, science can flourish only in an atmosphere of free speech. True. What is this? Is that the same woman? Did he remarry? Huh. Hmm. Wait, is that her here? Who's this? As I have said so many times, God doesn't play dice with the world. Huh? Thought that was him down here for a minute. But nope, it's him up here. On war. I know not with what weapons the World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Nice. On math, do not worry about your difficulties in mathematics. I can assure you, mine are still greater. On vacationing, I lie on the beach like a crocodile, let myself be roasted by the sun. I never see a newspaper and don't give a damn for what is called the world. Yes. Peace. On nationalism. Nationalism is an infantile disease. It is measles of mankind. Well, it is nature, tribalism on a global scale. Why is this on me? I don't suppose I can get rid of that. No. On inertia, E equals MC squared. Okay. Top an analyst. Here's why most folks are dead wrong about gold. See former Victoria's Secret angel, Stephanie Seymour, now at 53. I'm good. 19 words you should never, ever say again. All right, fine. Find out. Okay, okay. All right. YOLO. 19 words you should never say ever again. It's true you only live once, and if this acronym were actually inspiring people to start orphanages, try skydiving, or finally write their novel, then its usage would be understandable, admirable even. Unfortunately, today it's mainly excuse for not taking care of basic responsibilities. It's become the spoken equivalent of the shrug. Yeah, why not? Literally. This word has completely lost all meaning. Like literally, it has. See, there, I did. Gotcha. LOL. This now means pretty much the opposite of its original meaning back in the day. AKA the days of AOL chat rooms. Absolutely no one is laughing out loud when they type it unless they say actually LOLing, which is proof just how pointless this phrase is, but worse yet, if it's lowercase, it almost means that's not funny. It's usually lowercase. But worse yet, if it's no, but it does provide a semi-useful shorthand for I don't know what else to say to end this text thread. True. Hashtag. The day Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake did their first infamous hashtag sketch became the day this stopped being self-aware and started just being a punchline for people who don't understand social media or those who use online symbols out loud. And nothing is worse than hashtag blessed, except maybe your parents not knowing how to use an actual hashtag. Preggers. Every time someone calls a woman preggers, it brings to mind that scene in the first Men in Black when Edgar gets possessed by aliens and walk around screaming. Most people aren't that old, man. They don't remember Men in Black just because someone says preggers. Whatever. It's not the 90s anymore. You're not Cher Horowitz in Clueless. I didn't watch that either. Who's writing this? No offense. Actually, yes, offense. Of course, that's offense. Anytime you preface a statement with no offense, but you know damn well you're about to say is super offensive. Or you just know that that person would take offense. That's why you say no offense to preempt their offense. Some people are very sensitive. Doesn't mean the things you say are offensive. It just means that the fact that you're saying it and they don't like you saying it will offend them. So I disagree. Can't even. Never said that. This incomplete phrase is often used to convey how totally fed up you are with something, but it leaves the listener hanging. It only further confuses things when it's finished with, I can't even with this, or I can't even with you. You can't what? You're leaving out the most important word of the entire sentence. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I just want people to speak in complete thoughts. Okay. K. You think that texting or saying K is quicker, is a quick way of acknowledging whatever happened? But recently it's come to convey something more sinister. Oh, sinister. Or at least apathetic. This says you can't be bothered to add the extra symbol of the O. And you're dismissing the other person as being not worth more than one letter. Basic. Calling someone basic is a rude way of saying they're boringly normal, but most people are basic. So why would that be an insult? Unless everyone thinks they're special. The problem with this, from a statistical perspective, the person speaking is probably just as firmly in the average range. Very few humans are as exceptional as they think they are. A lot of things that are supposedly basic are actually really good. Exactly. That's why it's not an insult. Sweet. Fruit is sweet, candy sweet. Grandmas and babies and puppies are all sweet. What about grandpas? Just grandmas and babies and puppies. They're sweet, but saying your new your new sound system is sweet just makes you sound like like a surfer without a board stuck in a bad part of the night. Not that saying something is cool, hot, sick, or killer makes any more sense, frankly. Cool. Retarded. This word is so offensive that even typing it feels cringeworthy. Why? Just means something is slow. Unless you don't know the actual meaning of the word. But it needs to be said or not said. Just because it was shorthand for stupid when you were growing up doesn't mean it's acceptable now. Is stupid still acceptable? You just said that. You didn't cringe. Along with all the other insensitive and cruel names that make fun of the disability, race, gender, sexuality, or culture. Anything that's negative is insulting. Doesn't matter if it's true. Doesn't matter if the person has a sad story and you use it against them. Telling someone that has cancer, they have cancer is insensitive. It's also insulting because it's negative. That's just how things work. Stop being so goddamn sensitive. Tremendous. The word tremendous used to be fine, that is, until the last election cycle. No matter how you feel about Trump's politics, nearly everyone can agree that he throws this word around way too much. He uses it to describe things that aren't even remotely tremendous. Not to mention, it's impossible to say it without using his hand gestures to go with it. What are the hand gestures? Let's just retire this one until the next heated election. See also huge, huge, amazing, and incredible. What? Man likes to use certain words. What's that a problem? Precious. Precious used to mean something clear or valuable. Now it means some fat black chick now. Or a ring to rule them all, depending on your childhood. But these days became a backhanded compliment. Unless you're speaking to a baby, when you call someone precious now, sounds like you think you're too cute and probably also a little stupid. Well, it's just a normal way to insult people in the South, so it's not that big of a deal. Scrumptious. Who actually says scrumptious out loud? By saying scrumptious, you just sound like someone who has no hobbies and no internet. Sounds like exactly someone with hobbies and the internet. How else would you hear that ridiculous, stupid word? And also like someone who has never been socialized, controlling your thoughts and words. No. You have to be socialized to use that word continuously because it's not a natural thing you just learn in school. All right, epic. Epic describes something on a grand scale, usually something fun, like an adventure. And while it does make a great, dare I say, epic description, the problem comes when we use it for more everyday things, like a trip to the grocery store. Because what's bigger and better than epic? Huge. There aren't many words more epic than epic, and that convey the same meaning. Save this one for when you really mean it. Literally. Totes. Totes is teen girl shorthand for totally, which means that by its very nature, it's impossible for adults to say without sounding silly. Most of the words on the list are teen girl shorthand. It also is silly. Just say the whole word, see? Also, adorbs, gorge, props. Or is it props? Props, I think. And whatevs. Interwebs. Everyone has a crotchety old relative somewhere who can't tell the difference between the internet and the fishing net, who calls the web some mishmash of the two. I've known many old people that don't use the word interweb. That is just an internet meme type thing. It's not a real thing that old people say. Some old people say it, but most don't. Most commonly, interwebs. It's cute and funny when they do it. No, it's not. The rest of the people who use it just sound like they're making fun of old people. Oh, you can't do that. That would be insensitive. They have a time disability. Don't be the guy who makes fun of old people. Why the fuck not? Squee. Squeeing is the noise you make when you're squealing and peeing. Ugh. That's what that means. So unless you're actively doing both, maybe think of a different way to express your excitement besides it just sounds silly. Well, that's just insensitive to teen girls. People. Brazilian company sells NFTs to save Amazon. The rainforest or the company? All the surprising rules college basketball players have to follow. Why would it be surprising? Oh, is he injured? So it looks like he's bleeding. College basketball world stunned by Doug Edert admission. What did he admit to? Doug Edert of St. Peter's had a shocking food take on Sunday afternoon when he spoke with ESPN. What the hell is a food take? Edert confirmed to Jeremy Schaap of Outside the Lines that he doesn't eat sandwiches. Oh no. What a monster. It doesn't matter if it's one from Chick-fil-A, a Philly cheesesteak, or just a simple roast beef sandwich from the grocery store. He truly won't eat any kind of sandwich. I'm the pickiest eater you'll ever meet. Never had a wrap. I would say there's one time in my life that I took a bite of a chicken parm sandwich, but I've never had it ever again. I don't eat sandwiches. I'll eat Italian bread and chicken, but not together. Well, that is not even newsworthy. Now he's just going to have a bunch of people trying to get him to eat a sandwich. Oh, boy, it just goes on. He won't eat a sandwich. We get it. God damn it. People need to get a life. The Oscars hit with the fierce backlash minutes into event. Suspension likely coming from members of Bubba Wallace's team. Photos. Meet girlfriend of St. Peter's star Doug Edert. Does she make sandwiches? Look, Serena Williams' reaction to Will Smith is going viral. For fuck's sake, why is she laughing? Even Serena Williams was stunned by what happened between Will Smith and Chris Rock in the Oscars at Sunday night. Nah. She laughed. I get it. She's shocked. I get it. Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family, says Will Smith. In this time in my life, I am overwhelmed by what God is calling on me to do and be in this world. What the hell is Richard Williams? Is that his dad? You're a 53-year-old man. You need to calm down, buddy. Apologizes for outburst, not for striking someone. Shoppers threaten to boycott woke Home Depot. Oh. In yet another Twitter dust-up, Home Depot is being lambasted. Ooh, nice word. For being overly woke, and some customers are even threatening to boycott the chain. The home improvement giant is under scrutiny after a photo of an employee hangout called, Leading Practices, Unpacking Privilege. Oh, how dare they? Surfaced on Twitter. The handout details white privilege, class privilege, Christian privilege, cisgender privilege. Jesus. How many privileges do people have? Walking privileges? Some people can't walk. And the privilege of being able-bodied. Oh, Jesus Christ. I was joking. And male. Oh, not the male privilege. Because no one wants to talk about female privilege. One page notes that if you're confident that the police exist to protect you, you have white privilege. The hell? That is the purpose. No, that is not the purpose of police. The purpose of police is to enforce the law, which can protect you, but that's not the purpose. The laws exist to protect you or control you. It does both. Oh boy. Got it. Science still isn't able to explain these world mysteries. Should I end on that? Should I? Yeah, I guess I'll end on that. See. Oh, I can't even click on it. Oh, I can't. Maui statues on Easter Island, Chile. All right. Can explain statues that is most likely built by people. The small island hides a great mystery. Around 887 Maui statues are scattered around the island, each one with an average height of 4 meters. Though 10-meter high statues weighing up to 80 tons can also be found on the island. Well, why does science need to explain that? I don't understand. Statues are of people, so of course people made it. But what intrigues scientists most is how these stone monuments got there. It was built there. Humans first settled on the island before 900 CE. How did they move these large and heavy statues with the limited resource they had at the time? Maybe the environment looked different then. I don't know. It's not that big of a mystery. Again with the statues. Are they all about this goddamn statue? Okay, we'll move on to a new thing. The Miss SS Orang Medan. The mystery began when two American ships received a distress call in Morse code from the Dutch ship Orang Medan. The event took place between June 1947 and February 1948. The exact date is unknown. A whole year. Is that a year? No, it's a couple months. Is that what the game Man of Medan is based on? I don't care. Ah, Jesus, what did I do? I totally messed up. Messed up. Hold on. There we go. No, come on. What? What's this? All right. Dancing plague. It sounds like fiction, but an epidemic happened in 1518 when a woman started dancing alone in the middle of the street for 6 days. What? Suddenly, her behavior infected the crowd and hundreds of people started dancing, continuing even when some of them died from that sounds stupid and fake. You just watch as a woman dance for 6 days and they're like, oh, she's still going. Maybe we should join in. Maybe she knows something. Oh, well, it is France, so I suppose. Wait, drugs. It wasn't a plague. They were high. At the end of the American Civil War in 1865, when the Union Army was heading for victory, a question arose among the Confederates. What to do with what was left of their gold? Oh, Confederate gold. Oh, it's a mystery. What did they do with the gold? All right, I'm sick of this. Things parents should never say to their kids. Suck my dick. I don't know. Countries where people work the longest hours ranked. I believe America is up there. Probably the country that works the longest hours. What Bill Gates correctly predicted about the future and what he got wrong. Didn't predict his own divorce. How well do you remember the 80s? Answer these Jeopardy questions to find out. I don't remember the 80s. I was born at the end of the 80s. Movies you didn't know were based on true stories. Most endangered species on the planet. American words and their British equivalent. Two orthodox I feel like I'm still saying it wrong. Two orthodox Christian countries at war. Here's an explanation of the fate. Oh, well, they're close together, so I guess they would share a religious belief. Homeless man living in tree attacks New York Post reporter and photographer. Well, they're trying to take photos of him. So yes, a 44-year-old homeless man living in a tree in Manhattan Park was arrested Monday morning after attacking a reporter and photographer, New York Post police said. Altunga Rewel broke off a tree branch in the Riverbank State Park. Okay, well, These things will happen. It's illegal to wear this in Australia on Sundays, and more strange laws in other countries. On Sundays. Okay. These seemingly innocent symptoms could signal a serious health problem. Everyone is guilty of telling these lies on Women's Day. Let's find out what these lies are about. If you're being honest, lying is probably a big part of your daily life. No, it's not. Even if you're not running a pyramid scheme or cheating on your partner, little white lies or untruths likely fly out of your mouth as regular as planes do in JFK, sometimes out of kindness, sometimes out of convenience, but either way, it's a lie, and that's what, I mean, that might be true for some people, but not for me. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Yes, people do tell that lie, but they don't know, sometimes they don't know it's a lie until after. We need to catch up. Yes, I have never said that, but that is a lie. That name sounds familiar. No, the name of your coworker's boyfriend's former college roommate probably doesn't sound familiar, but it still feels good to seem so well connected. Why would someone lie about that? It could sound familiar. It could be a similar name that you've heard before. You just can't quite remember. I didn't get your text. Is that a lie that people tell often? Just say I didn't read it. I didn't check my messages. That would be easier. I was going to say that. No, you weren't going to say that. Say the clever thing you just heard someone say. Yeah, people do that a lot. I am humbled. If you're so humbled by whatever award or accolade you just received, why do you keep talking about it? Humble people don't brag. True. Most humbleness is fakery. I am too tired. On the surface, this is true. We're all tired. It's a lie, however, when you say you're too exhausted to go to the movies with a friend, but stay up until 3 a.m. watching videos on it. Yes. People do lie about that instead of just saying, I don't want to do that thing. Because then if they say that, they will get less invites to things, especially things that they want to actually go to. And they end up saying things like, oh, that sounds cool. Why didn't you invite me? Didn't mean to. Everyone has done something wrong and then blame it on an accident. Not true. I'll do it later. Yeah, maybe you'll do it later, but probably even later than late you'll initially imagine. Well, do it later, it's usually true because eventually you do it, even if it's not a day or two later. This is delicious. Yes, that is a lie people tell. When tasting someone's cooking, always go with a polite reaction, even if it's a bit of a fib. It was here a second ago. Well, don't have to be so literal. Just to say someone is lying. This is the best gift ever. Never said that before in my life, but that does sound like a lie. I was only kidding. Yes, that is usually a lie. Oh, damn it. I did it again. Freaking ads. I am busy that weekend. Ah, she doesn't want to give up the box. It's one of those lies. I'll just have one. Ha. And that's the last one. And we are going to end it there. It's been fun.